The Grand Challenge. For many, it's a way of getting championship points to assist them in their invite for Worlds. For most, it is a rolling, cheesy, closed team sheet format that people, for some reason, just like play, and I am people. So, we got some matches lined up from the Grand Challenge that just recently passed this weekend, utilizing this team here. If you guys aren't familiar with the Regulation C Toxic Sushi team that kind of swept Regulation C just a little bit, this is that team was the foundation of the inspiration behind this team here. So I'll leave a link down below in the description to that poke page so you guys can check and compare. But this is the team that I brought into the Grand Challenge. I played a total of 10 or 11 games, if I remember off the top of my head. And without spoiling anything, I think the Grand Challenge went great for me this time around. I played very well, and the matches were all fantastic. I think each and every single one of them were great in their own way, right? So hopefully you guys enjoy that. But let's go ahead and break down the team real quick. We're going to start with our 2-2-2s. This is my own version of a 2-2-2 pseudo toxic stall team. What do I mean by pseudo? Well, we'll get to. Our first 2-2 is going to be Dondozo and Tatsumi. Big Bozo and Wasabi. Starting off with the Dondozo, don't let it fool you. Normally, these teams like to have a big, fat, bulky Dondozo that can try and eat as much hits as possible. And while that theory is still there, this Dondozo is meant to hit hard and move fast. Once Tatsugiri hops into its mouth, it speed creeps Landorus Incarnate, and since we are using the stretchy Tatsugiri, after just a single order up, we are beginning to speed creep the likes of Ogerpon, Chien, and non-speed booster Fluttermane, and that's very important. We are kitted out with Wave Crash, Order Up, and Earthquake, and Protect, with safety goggles to help us into the Amoonguss matchup, and Terra Dragon because I do enjoy stab Order Ups for a nice little bit of chip damage. The main point of the Dondozo is so it can speed creep and move before our opponent to really enforce an offensive pressure that combos with the Toxic that we're trying to play out with our Weezing here on the team in order to force our opponent into a scenario where the game is unwinnable by default. One of the biggest things that I love about stall teams is the way that they function, but the biggest thing about stall teams is having to wait. And in VGC being a heavily explosive format, especially Regulation F with the likes of chien, Flutter rolling around, sometimes just waiting around for your opponent to just die off just doesn't really work. You're going to get crit, you're going to get just blown up by the insane offensive pressure. So we need to have some key offensive pivots or tools of our own in order to really pressure and push our stall game to get to a point where our opponent, no matter what, cannot win and not give them a chance to push past the stall. So that is what this Dondozo is kitted for. Wasabi is continuing that same legacy with Choice Scarf, Icy Wind, Muddy Water, Draco Meteor, and Terra Blast with Terra Steel to flip the head on those Terra Fairies that they like to click in order to avoid the Earthquake. Or even the Order Ups. A lot of people will still click Terra Fairy in front of the Order Ups because they know that's one of Dondozo's biggest pieces for offensive damage. This Tatsugiri is meant to be fast and hit hard and speed creeps Chien and non-booster speed Fluttermane. So if we ever find ourselves in a situation where our opponent is not running that fast of a team, we can utilize the Tatsugiri outside of the Dondozo if we ever need to leave Dondozo behind. Unfortunately, Dondozo is very reliant on Tatsugiri, so if you're bringing Dondozo, Tatsugiri has to come, but it does not work vice versa. Tatsugiri is a very efficient piece of this team without Dondozo. Next up for the 2-2, we have Weezing and Wolf's Incineroar. It will get Incineroar out of the way real quick. This is exactly to a T Wolf's Incineroar. It's got the exact EV spread that I want. It has the exact moveset I want. It has the exact Terra type I want. The only thing it didn't have was the ability shield, so we just slapped that on the thing so it could sit alongside of our Weezing. Let's go ahead and talk about the Weezing. The Weezing is as fat as it possibly can be, kitted out with both means of applying our poison with Poison Gas and Toxic Spikes, with Sludge Bomb to chip out the Rillaboons that really threaten our Dondozo, and just to have an option if we get taunted, because a lot of people are going to want to taunt your Weezing, so at least having an attack option that can still at least attempt to apply poison with a 30% chance is still pretty nice with Protect. This Weezing has Covert Cloak to avoid those pesky fakeouts, with Terra Water just being a really good neutral Terra for this Weezing to avoid Surging Strikes off of Urshifu, as well as to just kind of give us just a nice overall neutral Terra or Weezing. Our final piece of the 2-2-2 is going to be Fluttermane and Chien. Chien being one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, running my favorite move in all Pokemon, Leech Seed. I love Leech Seed. I will use it every opportunity I get here in VGC. This one is kitted out with Ruination and Snarl to offer a bit more on the hampering down our opponent's side, as well as the Tablets of Ruin, so we have both means of lowering the opponent's offensive pressure, with Ruination being able to just chunk stuff for half damage. On a Pokemon like Chien, this helps out a ton, so it's not just sitting on the field doing only the sapping and the lowering of offenses. We are at least applying some pressure and kind of utilizing it in the exact same way where we want our Dondozo and our Fluttermane to take nice big chip damage at our opponent to still enforce our stalling capabilities. This one is running Terra Poison with the Citrus Berry. A big fat Chien just sitting on the field with a nice defensive Terra can never do no wrong. I love this Pokemon. And Fluttermane from that Regulation C team, this is the exact same Fluttermane spread. I am terrible when it comes to making Fluttermane spreads for some reason. I just cannot get a grasp on this Pokemon. So I tried out this exact EV spread, and it just fit comfortably for me. This one's rocking Terra Fairy with Dazzling Gleam, Moonblast, Mystical Fire, and Hex. And let me tell you, Hex, double damage Hex, does a lot. It hurts very bad. Mystical Fire is here to help pressure Rillaboom and Amoonguss, two mons that do cause this team a decent bit of trouble. And also just to give us a special attack lowering option on Fluttermane as well if we ever just find ourselves needing that. But most of the time, you're going to be clicking some nice choice specs, Dazzling Gleams, that just get some real heavy chip on the opponent. Remember, the main aspect of this team is to force some offensive tech options in order to enforce our stall and get it to go where it needs to go. Let me know what you guys think of the team. If you guys want any rental codes or anything that has to do with the Pokepace of this team in particular, please let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like to let me know if you guys would like any of that information. And yeah, I'm not going to take up too much more of your time. Let's go ahead and get into the games. Enjoy, and I'll talk to y'all later. First time I'm playing on Heart in months, so. Alright. So the Goldengo always makes this strategy tough, especially with the Ogerpon, but Garchomp, Horn, Sin. I like to believe that Garchomp is Clear Amulet. But considering that this is the GC, you always gotta be kind of ready. Literally just about. But I don't really see much of an issue with just leaving our good old Stinky Incineroar duo. And just going Bozo and Wasabi in the back, honestly. I mean, the Chien is really good here. It does really well into the Garchomp, Ogerpon. But I think this is fine. I think just this core should get us through what we need to. Because the Incineroar could pressure the Goldengo if they decide to lead with the Goldengo. And if they lead with anything but the Goldengo, I'm just gonna start clicking Poison Gas. So we have Garchomp and Insane. Okay, so it's not Clear Amulet on the Garchomp. Maybe Life Orb? But with an attack drop, I don't see any way that that Garchomp, if it's not Clear Amulet, could be choppy. So I'm going to go for the Poison Gas. And I'm going to attempt a Fake Out into the Garchomp. If they Fake Out my Ensign, because my Ensign is... This is Wolf's Ensign. Ooh, are you terrorist? What are you doing? Okay, it's Terra Steel, so I'm not gonna be able to poison the thing. Okay, so they went for the fake out into the wheezing, which is good because of Cobra Cloak. Okay, so this is just getting us a free poison on the Ensign. I was gonna say as long as we don't miss. This isn't a bad spot. Now I'm kind of likely to believe that that's Ironhead. And now it kind of makes me just want to go for a protect and just parting shot off the Garchomp. Where's the problem with that? Do something. Because if he swaps it into anything besides the Urshifu, this parting shot would be great. I could pressure with damage. But I don't want to take too much damage on Instant if he decides to target it. And I would rather keep whittling down the Garchomp and pressuring it to switch. Okay, so he's switching his Instant. Okay, so Ogerpon comes in. Okay. This is fine. Oh, he just rips an Earthquake. You're crazy. I know it's a system. Hey man, I'll take that. Like, that's good damage. You crit your own Ogerpon. Are you Life Orb? Good. No. What? What is he then? We're gonna go into our big bozo here. And I'm gonna set up. Do I bother setting up Toxic Spikes at this point? Because if it's the Golden, like it's only useful if that Urshifu is in the back. And I'm not worried about Urshifu. I'm just gonna go for a Poison Gas onto the Ogerpon. You know, he uses Terra. I could just rip a Sludge Bomb into the Ogerpon. Yeah, let's do that, because if he swaps into the Instant, that's just free damage on Instant, and we're gonna go back out into our Incineroar to intimidate the Ogerpon in hoping that he slings a Horn Leech into my Instant, so it goes like next to nothing. Yeah, there's a Horn Leech. Kind of figured it does no damage. So what's the Garchomp doing now? We have a Dragon Claw. Okay, so he's doubling. Alright. Yeah, he's doubling there. That's good damage on Ogerpon. Give me the poison? No poison. That's okay. So at this point now, the Garchomp is next to no problem. I think I'm just gonna rip another Sludge Bomb there and go for a Flare Blitz into the Garchomp. I don't care if the Instant drops at this point. The Ogerpon is so heavily damaged. Yeah, and he's gonna try to protect to prevent the fake out. Maybe this is a double protect. No, he just went for an Earthquake. This is not taking out the Instant. It's not gonna do much to the Weezing. That thing's at -3. Yeah, that's perfect. And I'm no longer an intimidated Incineroar. Now, this Instant has no attack investment at all, but this should still hurt that Garchomp. Yeah, that's good damage. Burn? No burn. But this is going to drop my Instant. Yeah. And now we're at a point where, like, if you want to switch in your Instant, you're eating an Earthquake. Like, the literal only problem here is if that Ogerpon is max speed, because I don't have enough speed investment on the Dozo to outspeed max speed timid Ogerpon, but Waterpons normally aren't. But in the event that he potentially is, I'm gonna Terra Dragon here. I'm gonna rip it over. Because at this point, the Earthquake at +2 is dropping that Ogerpon if it decides to stay in. If the Instant swaps in, even at +1, that's still absolutely decimating an Incineroar. And we still have both Weezing and Geary here, so even if he breaks through, eventually breaks through the Dondozo, we're gonna now force him to his last one. The Ogerpon already used Spike Shield, so he's probably baiting on a double protect, but here it's perfectly fine. So Instin's gonna come back out. We can get to figure out his last bond. His Terra's already gone, so the Instant is just Earthquake fodder. And if it's Goldango in the back, we're just ripping Earthquakes. If it's Urshifu in the back, we'll probably click an order up first, or even just some Earthquakes. But there's nothing that the Urshifu has at this point that really threatens the Dozo. So I'm not worried in the slightest. So Instant comes back out. We're gonna be at +1 now. And yeah, it's Urshifu. So, oh, it's Dark Urshi. That is a bit of a problem. Like a smidgen of a problem. But we still have Weezing alive. So, I am gonna... Do I want to rip the Earthquake? Or do I just want to try? No, I want to rip the Earthquake because I don't want to take any more damage than necessary. Let's see if that thing's Scarf. Okay, so he does Fake Out. I didn't want to protect because if I protected and he still Wicked Blowed, like, it's... Oh, goodness. But I am faster. I am faster than the Urshifu. So that's good to know. So it's not Scarf Urshi. Get damage on board, and knowing that it's not Scarf Urshi makes it even better for when Geary comes in, because the Geary will not outspeed. So, okay, so we're gonna lose the Dondozo here. It's fine. That Instant should drop to the next tick of poison. But I think the Weezing is, like, so well positioned here, because most Dark Urshis don't have the coverage to really hurt Weezing. So this is bad. I think I should risk the Muddy Water. What else can I do here? I see Wind won't drop the Instant. Draco Meteor... I could sling it into the Urshi. It's 90 versus 85. But I'd rather just get the potential double value for 5% chance. Let's just sling a Sludge Bomb into the Urshifu. Yeah, that gets a double hit. So that's dropping the Instant. And the Sludge Bomb should be enough damage to follow up on that Urshifu. So that was a very great and very clean first game. Yeah, and he close combated. It does take out the Tatsugiri, which I'm not too surprised. Tatsugiri's physical defense is not great. But yeah, now comboed with the defense drops from close combat, that Sludge Bomb is free as ever. So Weezing really, really proved his worth here. Being able to just help me whittle down the Garchomp to just do next to no damage. The Terra Steel, honestly, I really don't understand the Terra Steel. I mean, I guess it was to avoid the poison, but if you were looking to avoid it or break the Dozo, probably saving your Terra on the Urshifu would have been better if it was Dark Terra, but I don't know his team. Let's just keep at it. Let's get into it. Ooh, Scotty here with a Terrifying team for me to face. Hard Trick Room. Hard Trick Room, yeah, is a pretty tough matchup for me. But what do we want to do? And every time I come across this team, I always wish that I went Terra Water on my chien for this exact matchup. Terra Poison, don't get me wrong, Terra Poison is a very nice Terra, but this team in particular always makes me wish Terra Water every single time. I think genuinely, the Dozo mode might just be what we have to do. Or no, I think we do this. I know bringing Tatsu on its own with the Choice Scarf into this team is a little wild, but the problem with the Dozo mode is being Terra Dragon it's decent into everything else, but that hat makes it difficult. And Wo-Chien is such a phenomenal blessing into this team because it covers for the hat, it helps me against the Urshifu, the Ndidi Hatterene. Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to stop. I'm not gonna be able to stop the Trick Room. It's just not. I'm not gonna be able to stop it. So I think we're kind of just better off just getting the damage that we want right at the rip with some snarls. And do I click Mystical Fire or do I just click Dazzle? If you follow me away as the Mystical Fire, is that really a problem? But if he doesn't, let's try it. I'm gonna try it. Just go ahead and go for the snarl. Okay, so he does follow me. So he's following me Trick Room. That's pretty on the money. That's kind of what I expected. But also at the same time here, yeah, I want some decent chip on the. Don't miss the hat. Don't miss the hat. Don't. It's cover cloak anyway. Okay, so none of that mattered. Literally none of that mattered. It's cover cloak anyway. I can't lead seed it. I think I go the Ensign and protect the Scout for a Dazzling. This is tough, but like I didn't want him to get a free switch into the Warp Hole. It's not like it mattered. The Snarl was missing anyway, but he's just clicking follow me again. So what is this here? Calm Mind. Oh no. You know what's hilarious? I need to drop that Ndidi with the swiftness. So it's Calm Mind, Trick Room. Raining Kiss. For the Ensign. So it's Calm Mind, Trick Room, Rain and Kiss. I don't think it's got an attack. many more turns of Trick Room do I got? 2? I think I eat a little bit of damage on the flutter here. Protect the low chien. I'm getting pretty obvious with my protects, but if he's gonna fall for it, he's gonna fall for it. I feel like he now feels like there's a safe Draining Kiss into the instant, but even after a Calm Mind boost, Draining Kiss doesn't get that much more powerful. So I'm hoping he realizes that he might need to sling it into a dark type that is non-resistant. Okay, he still just clicks it into. I can't see my flutter range, so get out of the way, me. What's my health at? Oh, that did like nothing. Yeah, dude, Draining Kiss is just that weak. So I'm gonna Moonblast that indeed. This is the final room, final turn of Trick Room. Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this ankle snapping? Terror. Fire? Why? Okay. I don't understand the Terror Fire though. I'm confused. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna, I guess I'll sling into the Ursaluna just in the event it don't protect, but please be Magic Bounce. Also, by the way, Josie, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it, dude. Okay, so he didn't protect, so that's just free damage on Ursa. Ready? Ready? Come on. Bye. Nice Calm Mind boost. Bye. Nice Calm Mind boost. Bye. Thank you. Thanks for playing. Okay, who did you target with the Ursaluna here? What's going on? Okay, so you're getting rid of the instant. That's fine. That's okay. You are now in such a pressured situation, it's not even funny. Because now that hat's a fire type in the bag. So now I could just go Tatsu here. Do I bother with Muddy Water? It's super effective, but now they both have pretty awful special defense. I always just sling. Yeah, let's just. Yeah, let's just sling a Muddy Water. Like, beautiful, dude. Like, thank you for bringing back in the Hattery. That's still good damage. That is still really good damage. Weather Ball. Okay. My flutter did drop. That's fine. Okay. The issue now lies that I don't think the Muddy Water is enough to drop the hat. But if I snarl here, I'm eating a weather ball for free. Don't miss the hat. Don't miss the hat. Don't miss the hat. Don't miss. Okay. Fine. Fine. This is fine. This is okay. This is okay. When the ball comes out, the minus special attack, I should be fine. Alright. I think I need to move my guy. If you put it, no. That's fine. No, because we're now just, I just click spread moves. I don't need to bother with my Terra. I mean, I might Terra steal the Tatsu. But I'll hang on to that. But now we just click spread moves. Like we get the double hit. Something's dropping here. Accuracy drop is phenomenal. Don't miss the Torkoal. Don't miss the Torkoal. Okay. I'm fine. So I should have Terra Steel. It didn't matter. If it was a crit, I was dead. Alright. But now it should drop the burn. Oh, it don't. So I do need to hit this Snarl. Comes down to hitting this Snarl. But if I miss this Snarl, that's GG's. But we don't miss this Snarl. Thank goodness. Cool. Cool. That was a very clean game. Honestly, I think it really boiled down to the hat just being that weird set. Like, you don't see Calm Mind Draining Kiss, like, at all. Like, I get what he was going for. That's a set I would definitely try and use. But I was so much more scared of just a Helping Hand Dazzling Gleam. I'm not going to lie to you. Because, like, even that would have done a lot of damage to my Ensign. But that was a clean game. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, so standard range and bolt balance. I would not be surprised if that's Calm Mind Bolt. I mean, the real only threat to my stinky Wolf's Incineroar lead is the Landorus. But he's got a pretty positive matchup with Landorus, like just straight ripped across the board. But my own fake out pressure, yeah, dude, like I don't see why we don't just, because this right here is where Unaware Dondozo really helps. I still wish I was Oblivious, like I really wanted to be. But if it is Calm Mind, the Raging Bolt sitting there setting up is not going to matter to my Dondozo. It's just not. So, like, this is one of the perks of goofily forgetting to switch to Oblivious. But if we're looking at an elite like this, okay, if we're looking at elite like this, it's a little tough here. What do I expect him to have in the bag? He's got either of those flying types. The toxic spikes don't matter. I don't want to rip my Terra on Weezing just yet. Or my Incineroar for that case, just in case he does have the Raging Bolt in the back, because those Thunderclaps will still hurt. But I do survive a Surging Strikes, regardless. So I'm going to Toxic Spikes. I'm going to attempt to fake out the Urshifu. If the Ensign fakes out my Ensign, we're kind of fine. If this is Terra Ghost, I hate this guy. It's looking like it's Terra... Oh, it's Terra Ghost. Now, this is still bad, because if he faked out my Incineroar, which he should get through because I'm a little slower, he did fake out my Incineroar, so I'm definitely dropping here. I don't know what he's targeting. Probably the wheezing, but I'm definitely dropping here. No, he targeted the Incin. Why would you Terra water? What? Well, that don't make any damn sense. Why would you target the Incin? Why would you Terra water just to target the Incin? Your Terra is now off board. I can literally just go Dondozo and just start clicking fucking... Start clicking fucking earthquakes, dude. Like, it don't matter anymore. I think I saved the wheezing. Too much from a brain. Yeah, Pokemon definitely difficult. Sure that is how you wanted to stick it to the car. What car? Yeah, let's just do it. I'm gonna order up on the Ursh. Okay, so he's withdrawing the Incin. If that's okay, Rillaboom comes out. This is fine. Because I clicked order. Oh, which cat died first? Ice Surge comes out, which honestly works a little bit more in my favor than this guy's. Because he's Terra, like these Surgeon Strikes are still going to kind of bounce off me. But in this case here, like, I have to Terra the Dragon now to avoid Rillaboom just kind of fucking blue. How's the Pokemon been? It's been pretty good so far. We've played 2 games that have been very clean. That does nothing. 14 HP per hit. Not bad. And we're getting grassy terrain recovery for ourselves too. We're in a situation again though where like fake out pressure's on the board. So it's like, because if I protect and he Surging Strikes, I'm gonna get Surging Strikes. But if he doesn't, and he doesn't fake out, but if he doesn't fake out, I'm still gonna get hit with a Surging Strikes regardless. So I'm gonna Terra here. I'm gonna order up. I'm gonna sling it again into the Urshifu, because once I sling it into the Urshifu, I'm now outspeeding Urshifu. Although we're in a pretty precarious situation. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, we're faster than it now regardless. So this should drop. Yeah, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Does Surging Strike still hit Tatsu through Commander? No, it does not. Tatsu is not on the board. And he didn't fake out too, so I made the right call. He's U-turning, so he's probably going into the cat. He's going into the cat. There's no reason why he should. Oh, he's going into Lando. So the Lando's going to avoid the T-Spikes. That's fine, though. Your Terra's gone. He's sending out Wolf's Incineroar. So I'm going to get hit with... I'm curious as to what his game plan is here. Because if I were him, I would switch out the Incineroar immediately into the Rillaboom. And I'm going to call him out on that. Because if he fakes out here, whatever, I eat a little bit of damage. But does the Landorus protect? I don't know, but I'm going to get some damage on... And he does fake out. Okay, sure. Oh. That's interesting.
Sorry, who knew MBT played Pokemon? Does that matter though? Doesn't Don use
Special attack? No, Dondozo uses physical attack. He's a physical attacker. There are special attacking sets, but I'm purely a physical attacker. Okay, well, I'm still gonna pressure this slot. The Lando could sit there and do whatever the hell he wants for all I care. I really I'd rather get damage on the Rilla. Like, that's good damage. Earth power, that's fun. Ooh. I still take a lot of damage from that. I did not like that damage I took. How much time left on this grassy turn? One more turn, so yeah. This is another situation where, like, I'm expecting him to swap the Rillaboom immediately because he was gonna want to reset terrain, but like, again, do I run the risk of just getting fake out locked? I don't want to take that risk, to be perfectly honest. I'm gonna sling another order up here. Beautiful. Okay, so we're getting free damage on the instant. Although I should have kind of called him out and clicked a crash, because I would have dropped it. Well, probably not dropped it, but you know. That's decent damage. We're still alive. That's all that matters. Grassy terrain is leaving this turn. I think here I'm gonna protect. There we go. It's all just playing the mind game. It's all just playing the mind game. I am absolutely gonna drop. I'm gonna drop this turn. And I think I want to get value out of breaking the Lando sub. Yeah, because he's gonna withdraw the instant again. Rillaboom's gonna come in. Breaks the sub. Because the thing that I really want here is I want that Lando open. And now here's the next piece to my plan. So I auto lose if he fakes out the Tatsugiri here. But I'm gonna Icy Wind and protect. Okay, let me specify. I auto lose here if he doubles the Tatsu. But I see no reason why he shouldn't. But at the same time, I also can't run the risk of him slinging an Earth Power into my Weezing because I will drop. He did not fake out at all. Oh, he did. Okay. But did you target? What did you target here? He just went for another sub. But why would you do that? Lando goes for the protect. What is he doing? Yeah. I think I'll lose regardless. Is it being sub Lando? Really hurts. Because now he can just fake out the Tatsu. I don't drop. Yeah, and he doubles the Tatsu. Yeah, so he understood that the Tatsu needed to go. There's now no way for me to win. Being sub Lando kind of really hurt, but I honestly should have expected it on a team like this. The main thing I was hoping for in that end game there was to get some icy winds off, because then I would start outspeeding the instant with my wheezing. And would eventually been able to out damage it, and considering Icy Wind is 4 times weak, it still would have done enough damage to 2-shot the Lando, but he played that well. That was good. I still question the Water Terra. I think that was a little much, but yeah, he had it. He had it. All right. Oh my goodness. I know this team. I don't remember the sets, but I know this team. 6-2, going up against Mr. Billy here, rocking the Reggie Drago. This is a scary team, too. Like, a very scary team. But I think Flutter and Wo Chien kind of puts it on his face. I'm not gonna lie. With Ensign in the back. Probably Wheezing. Or do I want to lead Wheezing? I think I want to lead Wheezing and Wo Chien. It's passive, sure. But the only thing it doesn't do real well into... it does real well into anything, because if he leads the side spam team, if he leads the side spam 4, Crown it wins. This is fun. Do I have to watch out for a Tachyon Cutter going into Weezing? I'm gonna protect on the Weezing slot. This is gonna put me in Encore. In an Encore situation. But I'm gonna protect on the Weezing slot. Just go for a Snarl. Fake tears. What are you doing? Yeah, I know I ain't got I know I know Prankster ain't live, so you can do that to my Wo Chien, but what? I'm gonna go instant here. I'm gonna rip a leech seed into the ground. Cause he can't put me at -4 once I get the wheezing off the board. And this is gonna give him speed booster, and I don't care about that. You're not booster? Or are the abilities gonna activate now? Okay, they are gonna activate. Oh no, we're done. Done with that. I missed my leech seed. Of course I did. But I'm a little worried that that's Terra Water. I'll protect just a scout. Just I guess I'll. He's withdrawing the crown. Okay. What are you going into? Incineroar the Sleepy. Okay. This is fine. That's a lot because of the fake tears. Okay. Did I get my lead sheet? Dang. Dang. So it's gotta be Indeedee in the... Maybe not so much Indeedee in the back, right? Because, like... You have your own Incineroar. Does it have... Like, it's gotta have Fake Out, so you wouldn't want to ruin your own Incineroar. Interesting. Comes Iron Crown. Much damage. I'm in a weird spot. I don't think Hex... I don't think Hex drops the crown. It is decently bulky. But I really want to bait out this darn Terra. There it is. Okay, so Terra is now gone. Terra Water, yeah, he's ripping it into the Incin. This is why we protected. We wanted to avoid this. The only thing that'll suck is he's gonna get a, he's gonna get a tail. But ultimately, it's kind of fine. Wo Chien's now in. Oh, what? I'm so confused by that play. It also did like no damage. I'm pretty sure I can eat that. We'll go wheezing here. I want to go wheezing. Oh, I really should go wheezing, because if he moonblasts that slot, the Wo-Chien is absolutely dead. But if he doubles the insect, it's absolutely dead. So either way, depending on what he does here, something is dying. Alright, so there's the moonblast into the weasel slot. That's what I wanted. There's the Terra Blast. But I should be able to lift this. Yeah, there we go. And now here's the crazy thing. I think I'm gonna go back into Wo-Chien. I'm gonna protect the Wo-Chien. And I'm gonna Terra Water Poison Gas. Because that puts the crown on a timer, and then it should drop the fucking the Whimsicott. And then Tailwind is gone. And this will allow my Hexes to do more damage when Fluttermane ultimately comes back out and is outspeeding this thing. Because this should be either a fake Tears into the Wo-Chien or whichever slot, and an Tachyon Cutter into the Weasel, or even just a Moonblast into the Wo-Chien, because that will drop it. Yeah, so he went for the Moonblast. Tachyon Cutter. He doubled the Wo-Chien, so why? Maybe he was expecting a Flutter switch there, I guess, but I had no reason to switch. Did I miss the Whims? I didn't even see that pop up. Did I miss? Oh, that's not good. That's really not good. I'm gonna attempt the Snarl. Sludge Bomb the Whims. Yeah. That sucks losing the Wo-Chien here, but it's doing next to no damage, which is good. Because I need this. I need that Whimsicott gone. I guess in hindsight I should have did that before, but this is still fine. I still have Specs Fluttermane in the back, and Tailwind just petered out, so he no longer has Tailwind pressure. So we're gonna go into the Flutter here. Instant comes out. This is fine. I'm gonna Hex the Crown. And I'm gonna Poison Gas again. Will I? Yeah, because like that last Mon has to be the Regidrago, right? Like, it has to be. I'm gonna poison guys. I want to get poison on him. If he knocks off here, I mean, I guess that's fine. Fire. Does this kill? It does. Oh, if that's Regidrago in the back, this is very, very, very bad. It is. Oh, and I'm now a water type, not a fairy type. And I just lost my flutter man. Is there anything else I could have done differently? I have to go for the Hail Mary into the Drago. Okay. Okay, so it's Scarf. Knockoff is fun. Get a poison. Dragon Pulse. Okay. This game's over. What could I have done differently? Like, I could have tried to save the Flutter Mane there. I guess, but I really did not think that the Fire Blitz would knock out. I guess that must be a pretty invested in Sin. I guess I had. Let's go for the double protect and just hope and pray he targeted. All right. Oh. It's not even going to go down to another tick of poison. I genuinely have to pray for the double protector. Because there's no way I'm surviving a Fire Blitz. I think we're speed tying though, because I know for a fact the Weezing moved, and he's got knockoff too. Because I know for a fact my Weezing moved first that one turn. Ah. God. Oh, what could I have done differently? I think I could have saved the flutter main. But then I wasn't generating really much any of offensive pressure. And the crown could have just kept getting chip damage on me. I think my main mistake was letting the chien take so much damage in the beginning. Yeah, I think that's where our issue came in, but that's all right. That's okay. We've still had some pretty clean games. Record still 6 wins, 3 losses. Like I'm not complaining too much. We are still performing pretty well right now. Hit me trails with I know this team. I've seen this team. Aaron talked about this team. What do I do into it though? What do I do into it though? That's the question. The Okie Dokie actually makes us surprisingly like a little more difficult than it needs to be. If I remember right, I think that Roar Moon is Terra Ground Earthquake. What do I do here? I mean, the Wo-Chan is again, it's actually not that great. Wo-Chan's not great. Fluttermane is pretty damn good here. Gotta lead with that. I think I can go Fluttermane and Weezing and have the Bozo duo in the back. Because turning off abilities here is going to be pretty important. And depending on what he leads, I have options for what he leads. So, let's see what he wants to do. I'd say leading the Landers would probably give us the most. What was I just about to say? What was I was just about to say leading this darn Landers would be the most problematic thing, but. What a dazzling. I want to see how much I do with the dazzling gleam. Are you Terra Poison? Oh. Terra Steel. That's fine. Now I'm kind of upset I didn't click Mystical Fire. I'm not gonna lie. But this is okay. Because my main concern is the Landorus. If I can get that Landorus off board, that'd be great. I don't think this Dazzling Gleam is gonna... That's phenomenal damage. And getting a crit there, I could not have asked for a better scenario. What are you doing with the Okie Dokie, though? What is the Okie Dokie doing? Iron. Oh, goodbye, Flutter. Yep. Of course. It's fucking Terra Steel Iron Man. Whoa. You're so slick with your fucking GC bullshit. Although that's not actually I would say that's kind of decent tech because your team is pretty weak in the front. So you know what, guy, I'll give it to you. But either way, I'm gonna order up onto the Lando to make sure I outspeed everything in the back, and we're just gonna start fucking. We're gonna get rid of whatever. That's fine with me. Like, go ahead and get that thing out of here. Forward move comes. I just clicked the dragon move into that. Goodbye. I wish I Terra Dragon now. I think it should still KO. I am very attack invested, so this should KO. Booster speed or attack? Attack. So after this order up, I'm fine. And even if you don't die, even if you don't die, you're not. You're a dragon dark type. You're dead. So there's that. But I was gonna say I could just start ripping earthquakes. Poison jab, that's fine. Does nothing. Do I get poisoned? Don't poison me, bitch. Oh. That's fine. It puts us on a timer, but I'm more than positive that's Assault Vest Dogi. And his Flutter Mane's coming out. He had booster speed on it. So I'm kind of just fine with ripping an Earthquake and calling it a day. If he wants to swap to the Lando, there's no harm in that, sure, but it's still getting pretty valuable damage on the Flutter Man. Drops at the Sash, too. Boom Blast, how much does that do? I guess I can't complain too much. I haven't gotten crit the entire video. But man, that does suck. I'm not gonna lie. My Terra is still on the table. And what sucks in this situation is if the Muddy Water misses that Flutter Mane, I lose. But I think I Terra Water just in case the Okie Dokie potentially survives the Muddy Water and just rip it. As a matter of fact, no, yeah, I'm very much valid with saying that if I miss the Muddy Water on the Flutter Mane of all things, I lose here. Because then he should be ripping a Moonblast into... Okay. We're okay. My heart stopped for a second, I'm not gonna lie. Man. Okay. Sludge Bomb comes out, but like I know I can't do too much damage to the Lando, but it's at low health. I'm very specially bulky. Sheer Force is turned off. Even if we miss any Okos, the Tatsu, yeah, all right, there we go. Nice, nice. All right. That was good. That was good. Very scary. Very scary. But I will say that crit kind of put us ahead in the beginning of the game, but that's Pokemon. Maybe we take that. Now, I got crit back, so, you know, we can't complain. Karma evened out there. But we're going to go ahead and get one more game for this stream and video. All right. Final match of the night against a 16-11 player. Means they have been on a good win streak. Ooh, what a spooky team. Is it? Is this spooky? It kind of is, actually. I cannot tell a lie. This is definitely kind of spooky. Because Weezing Instant is great into Torn Urshi. I need Instant in this game, for darn sure. Let's lock in Instant. I want to lock it in the first slot. I think it's too invaluable to not have in the first slot. And then I'm gonna go flutter. And the bozos. And I think my thought process to that is... because it kind of forces him to make a call. It puts us in mind games. It puts us in mind games because like this is the mind game I'm talking about right now. Like, do you tachyon cutter flutter? Do you Terra water? Do you sin? Well, like, what do you do here? What do you do? And I can't just haphazardly throw it's special attack as well. That's very scary. I can't just throw a fake out because there's the potential D&Ds in the back. There's the NDD. Now here's the thing. Did you Expanding Force? Tachyon Cutter? Did you Terra Water, Terra Blast, and Sin? We're gonna find out. Psychic Seed. If I were him, I would have Tachyon Cuttered. Okay. I would have Tachyon Cuttered the Flutter. Like, Terra Water is still fine, even if you aren't targeting any Sin, because it's a perfectly good defensive Terra. That gives me the opportunity to be faster. Drop your special attack. Terra Blast. Okay, so that was the perfect turn. So it was all just a mind game. That first turn was a mind game. And now he's in a situation where he doesn't have Tailwind up. So now he's kind of forced to continuously follow me. But I need to be careful here, because if he just rips an Expanding Force off of anything I swap in, that's bad. So I'm just gonna... Okay, so he does do the follow me. This is fine. Good damage. Take it. It's attack counter. But after, I was gonna say, after the special attack drop, I should live that card. Good, because we're gonna need the Flutter Man. So now we go into Dozo. Now we start doing Dozo shenanigans. I'm gonna order up because I want to get, well, a special attack booster. No, let's just rip Earthquake, because I want to get damage across the board. And if one of them switches into Torn, that's fine. I'm really not worried about that. But I want to start getting damage across the board, so this way, when Flutter comes back in the later game, those Dazzling Gleams will really put pressure. So now the question is, okay, so you didn't swap, so this is just free damage. And that's good damage, too. I'm going to take a lot of damage. Well, not that much, actually. That's... Oh. Above half. That was smart. That was actually really smart. I won't lie. absolutely drop to a helping hand. No, that was smart. Protect. What? Why would you protect? You got the offensive position here, dude. Maybe he wanted to try to get a little bit of an extra chip. Maybe he doesn't have helping. One more turn of Psychic turn. Okay, maybe he doesn't have help. I think I still die to him regardless, though. Yeah, it's a crit. It didn't. Yeah, it just didn't. Just flat out did not. I mean, I can fake out the crown now. And I see no reason to just not. How many more turns to tail trick him are there? 2 more. Well, if I would have known he was going to do that stupid play, I would have just doubled the crown. Why? Okay. Torn comes in. Okay. How much HP does my flutter have? 20, so I have to be careful here. See, you're protecting now. But why? That was a perfect turn. Now he's got tailwind. Dude, this sucks. Sucks too. I don't even know what his last mon is. I clicked that Draco into the crown last time. I just didn't want to lose. I did not want to run out of time. But if I can get rid of it here, honestly, that's fine. Tailwind comes out, yeah, sure, it's fine. Air Blast, yeah, this is honestly okay. Yeah, I live that pretty comfortably. Come on, Draco, come on, Draco, come on, Draco, come on. See, now I really wish I actually clicked that Draco meteor into the crown. Because now I'm pinned. But I have to do it. And just hope and pray that the instant lives. Or that maybe he's a dummy and clicks a protect here. Why he would ever click protect here is beyond me, but we'll see. Yeah, there's Bleakwin. Instant. This is game. This is game. My flutter is too low at this point. Well, hold on. Let's play to our outs, because this is what, the last turn of Tailwind. No, we got 2 more turns of Tailwind, so this really doesn't matter. But let's fake out here and just ramp a Dazzling Gleam and just pray that Bleakwin misses, but whatever's in the back is just gonna decimate it. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I definitely made the mistake of just not dropping the crown. But I really was anticipating him to click protect. Like, he was very, very weird with his protects all game. Like, he made a lot of protects that just, quite honestly, in my mind, just didn't make sense. That all really turned out to be just good plays. So I can't really argue it too much. There's a lot of situations where I'm just like, why are you clicking that now, you know? But I definitely should have tried to double the crown. I should have taken that gamble, because there would have been more to gain from getting it correct versus what we lose in not getting it correct. And that crit into the dozo really did not help either. But that one's just that, again, that's just the state of the game, baby. But, all right. That'll pretty much do it. This team is a ton of fun. I like this team a ton. I plan on trying to sprucing it up just a little bit more. And taking it a little further out. But I like this team a ton. If anyone wants anything to do with like the actual full EV spreads or anything like that, let me know. I'll drop it down in the description or the comments of this video. I'll provide the poke paste, but gotta give a little incentive first. Or even put up a rental team. Not really much of a reason to use rentals, since Regulation J is the ladder. And I don't know if you can use rentals in online tournaments. But nevertheless, if that is what is asked, I will still do it. If you guys would like to try out this team, it's very fun. It's a very good team. I enjoy it a ton. It is my preferred style of play. I do enjoy this pseudo stall aspect of Pokemon. So yeah, that'll be it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to y'all later.